Hello everybody, it's me Scooter. You're probably thinking, Scooter, what have you been up to? Well, we've been doing a lot of things. Well, for one, we got in from work and we got to go back tonight and pull the trash because we got a new guy. I'm supposed to show him how to pull the diesel trash. Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to be very busy and that is probably not going to happen. And you're probably thinking, Scooter, you haven't made no videos of you fixing anything since your last videos of you fixing all those diesel pumps. That's very true. And today we did fix something. I had to replace an air truck, which that only took me maybe about 5 seconds. That's at first. But the air chuck where you screw it in, somebody broke half of it off and then tried to screw it back on, and so when the air would come out, it would go just like that. It would go shooting out. So I had to turn the air off at this valve, cutoff valve at the top, and we had to replace the hose, the yellow hose, and we had to put a new yellow hose and an air chuck on it, and that fixed that. And plus, we had to put all new squeegees heads on the diesel lanes. Why do we have to do that? Well, that's because truck drivers insist on sitting out there washing their whole trucks with the squeegees. And we go through a lot of squeegees at my job because truck drivers like to sit there and clean their trucks with them, clean their windows, clean their... But they really do not need to be doing that because all they're doing is using dirty water. Scooter, why are you saying that that's all it is dirty water? Because that's all it is. We do not change the water in the buckets. Like, when I go out there to do the trash, we don't pour the bucket water out. We got these little window pods that I clean them. They're like the Tide cleaner things that you drop in your washing machine, except for this is window cleaner. They're little blue things. They're like Tide Pods, but they're little, but they're chemicals in the pod that is nothing but for cleaning glass. But people think that they can use it for cleaning their side of their trucks, and they'll take the thing and clean the grill, other things, and it tears the squeegee when they clean the front of their truck because it's only meant to be used to clean your glass. And people and truck drivers will sit out there and clean their trucks with it, and then they'll dip it back in there and they'll clean their truck again, and then they'll use the hose pipe to wash it off. But y'all, I need to tell you something. We do not dump out those buckets when we refill them. You know what we do? We get those little pods, the window cleaner that comes in a soap pod. We drop it in the bucket, we take the hose pipe, we turn the water on, and it fills up the bucket. And then we turn it off when the bucket's full. So all you're doing is using dirty water to clean your truck with, so your truck is not actually getting clean. So I don't know what the purpose is of you sitting out there scrubbing it, your truck, and then spraying it off with a hose pipe, and then, doing the whole truck, and then because you didn't do nothing but use dirty water, so your truck is pretty much dirty. And then another thing that we have to deal with at the truck stop are some of these international drivers. And I know it ain't just international, I know it's American too, but it's mostly international truck drivers that do this. They'll pull up and they'll park their truck and leave it in the diesel lane and run inside and take a shower or do whatever they do, and they don't even get fuel sometimes. And then they'll get in their truck and they'll leave because they don't want to leave, take their truck and take the time to park in a designated parking spot. And I'm telling you truck drivers that if you get tired of this, or if you get tired of seeing somebody do this, I would go up to their truck. If you see them grabbing a bag, having a towel, it's a safe bet that they're going to go and take a shower. And if you see somebody doing this, or let's say that you're parked behind somebody and you know they've been in there for 20 or 30 minutes, may I suggest that you do something a little drastic? I know it's a little drastic, but if I was a truck driver, I would fucking do it. And you should start, and y'all should start doing it. Because I'm going to tell you something, a lot of times, if you do this, you will not get caught on camera doing it. Just walk up to his truck. Now be careful now, those Snyders now, they have cameras on the side of their mirrors that look down the side of the truck. So if you start walking down the truck, you could possibly get seen doing this. So if you see a Snyder truck doing this, please refrain from doing what I'm about to tell you to do, because it's a good chance that they could get you on camera doing this. So if you see a Snyder truck and you think about doing this to a Snyder truck, don't, because they got mirrors, cameras, and they can build up the footage seeing you walk towards the truck to do this. But anybody else's truck, they don't usually have these cameras. Only Snyders do it. Well, walk up to the truck, and you know that little trailer pin that you had to pull? Just pull that trailer pin really quick and turn around and walk in the other direction. Just pull the pin, keep walking, walk around the truck, look like you're looking in, and then walk out. And you can just say, hey, you know, I was walking to see if anybody was in the truck. And then just get in your truck, back up, move to another fuel lane, and just wait for the show to happen. Let him pull out, that trailer will go boom, 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 boom. And you can laugh about it until the cats come home, or until the cows come home, or the fat lady dies of singing, or whatever. That's what I'm telling you I would do if I was a truck driver and I saw some asshole. Like you see a truck pull up and he fuels, he goes in, and then he comes out 30, 40 minutes later. You know, you should just go up there and pull the pin. And then some people, they'll go up to the yellow line, they'll get done fueling, get in their truck, pull up to the yellow line, right? Go inside, get yourself a soda water, whatever that bonehead trucker guy calls them, and a Diet Coke or whatever. And then some of them will do their transfer or whatever, use the bathroom, and I'm telling you, y'all, that some of them will sit in there and play on their phone when they're in the bathroom. Because I'll be sitting there some mornings. I clean the bathrooms, and you'll hear people in there talking on their phone, playing on their phone, blah 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 blah, watching videos, you know, while they're pooping. Because I hear their phones, or you know, some of them got those headsets on, so I can't hear them. But yeah, y'all, I mean, so if you're washing your trucks, all you're doing is using dirty water. And you'll hear, where I work, they're always making announcements. When it's really bad, you know, hey, please go forward, go to a designated parking spot. There is tons of parking lots in the back. And some places, like where I work at, I tell truck drivers, hey, you know, just park in the fire lane. Park right there and just go in, or find you a designated parking spot and go in there. So, but yeah, y'all, that's just some of the stuff that I have to deal with at work. And then I'll have drivers coming up to me saying, hey, I can't get out because this driver's blocking me. Why are you coming and telling me for? Knock on the door and ask the driver to kindly move his truck. I mean, really, you can't come running in there and bothering me, because some days I'm the only one there. Or I'm busy doing other stuff, and I can't just drop what I'm doing to come running out there because you truck drivers have a domestic issue with the parking. Y'all have to work some of this stuff out. Like, some mornings when I come into work, the truck drivers will be like, you go in, like, we have this big old driveway, and you can pull in, and the truck drivers will be all parked down the fire lane, right? You keep going in past that fire lane, we have a catskill, and then it turns, curves like that, and that's our back parking lot. And we have trucks right in the front parking lot. They'll be parked doubles, sometimes singles. There'll be one row of trucks, and then I've come in there and seen doubles. And sometimes when you pull in and you go down that way to go to our back parking lot, I have seen four to five stacks of trucks sideways like this, all the way down, because we do not have the parking. Because that industrial park, like our truck stops right here, right? You go down the street, there's a red light. You go through a red light, you can go that way, and you can go to the Home Depot warehouse. You can go down that way, and there's a whole bunch of car manufacturing places. You go all the way to the end of the street, there is a Publix warehouse. But y'all, they are building, and then you go down from the plaza, like our plaza's right here, you can go down and you make that turn and you keep going. They're building more warehouses. They're building that big old Smucker's place, and that thing is going to be a monster. So we got like 3 or 4 warehouses at that industrial park that's about to be opening here in the next couple, maybe 12 months. And then I was talking to somebody, they were in our back parking lot. We got a whole bunch of wooded area, right? A big space of wooded area. And they were doing a soil sample test. And they said if the soil sample passed, that they were going to build a big old warehouse and behind our back parking lot. And I said, oh, Jesus Christ. And I said, why are y'all taking a soil sample for? All the dirt that's back there was pushed back there when they were building this place. Or they pushed it to the side. Or they but yeah, I said that dirt, man, y'all could just, I said, just bring the Bobcats in and push the whole damn thing down. I said, if you push them from there, from the woods all the way down to there, y'all gonna have to wear hazmat suits. They were laughing. I said, dude, you know what they throw out in these woods? They throw Walmart bags full of poo. They throw they roll tires down in the woods. Now this is the truck drivers doing this. This ain't the employees. This is truck drivers. Like some of them will take bags of garbage and throw it like out in the woods. And then my boss is like, Scooter, we need to clean these woods clean. I said, no, Scooter ain't doing that. I said, I'm not cleaning up after these filthy people. If it's out in the woods, if they choose to build that thing, they're gonna pile all that stuff down. They're gonna put it in a big pile and they're gonna set it on fire probably. But yeah, y'all, this is some of the stuff that me and other people have to deal with, on top of being short-handed. And I'll tell you something else that people need to know. When you go to apply for a job, like let's say that you lose a job, right? And you need to find another job. Go to a job and apply for jobs that you know, hey, if I get this job, I can walk right in there and I can start working. They don't have to train me. I know how to work the cash registers. I know how to do everything that I need to do. Because jobs today do not have the time to sit there and train you and show you how to do a job. If you put in an application for a job, you should be able to walk in there and do it. Like I've done every job that I've done. Every job that I've ever applied and worked at, I knew how to do it. They didn't have to show me. They said, Scooters, this is what we do. I said, dude, I know how to do this. I said, you don't have to show me nothing. And every job I've ever had, I did it. like every job I've ever gone to that I applied to work at, I knew how to do it, and they didn't have to show me. Like when I went to that go kart place, they didn't have to show me how to clean the carts or plug them in. I knew how to do it. I was sitting there and I watched them 2 minutes, and I figured out the whole process of how things work. And they tried to, and the thing that pissed me off is they wanted me to wear a radio, but I didn't want to wear a radio because they were just, blah, 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 blah. They would just be talking. You know, and it wasn't nothing that I wanted to care or hear about. They just hired me just to sterilize and clean the carts. And, you know, and that's what I did. And every job I've ever had, nobody had to train me. I walked in there, I knew what I was doing. Now, if you're applying for a job and you don't know how to do it, the minute they put you in there, you do not need to even go in there. You don't need to apply. You don't need to waste your time. Because people today do not have time to train you and show you how to do a job. If you can't walk into a job site and get to work, then you do have no business putting in an application there and saying, hey, I need a good job. And that's all there is to it, y'all. So if you're applying for a job and you can't walk in the door and just immediately start doing it, you do not have no business working there. Like, that's how I feel about it. I have never applied to a job that I know that I can't do. If I can't do it, I'm not going to waste my time or their time putting in an application to apply there. And I'm not, because that's the way the world has gotten. People are short-handed and they don't have time to train people how to do this. Like, let's say that you're working in food services, and you're not happy at your job, then you need to go and find a better job in food services. You don't need to go somewhere else outside of your training and try to work there. It won't work. And that's how I feel about it. I don't like training people. My thing is, if you walk into my job, you better know how to do it, because nobody showed me anything. My first day at the Flying J's, nobody showed me anything. They said good luck, and I knew how to do it, because it was like previous jobs I've had. I walked in there, I did it, and I've been there ever since. But everybody, this is some of the BS and bullshit that I have to deal with at my job. And you might think that that's crazy, how I see things and feel things, but y'all, that's how it is. You do not, like, if you were a cashier at a job and you didn't like it, then try being a cashier at Walmart. Try being a cashier at Target. Try being a cashier at Marshall's. Try being a cashier anywhere else. Because I'm telling you, I remember I was a cashier one time at Sears in Hoover, Alabama. And I hated it. I put more people in debt because the thing was, they wanted you to run applications. They didn't even care if the people got approved or not. They just wanted you to run so many applications a month. And sometimes you would have good months. Sometimes you would have bad months. Sometimes people would be like, no, I don't know. But then I started learning what to say and what not to say. And I learned sometimes it's just best not to beat a dead horse just like the way. Because some of those Hoover people, when they didn't get approved for a credit card, oh Jesus, you better have a damn cell phone on you, because they wanted to talk to somebody. They wanted to talk to the bank. And here's the thing. If you didn't get approved by the primary card, they would send you to the secondary card, and maybe you could get approved. And a lot of people got approved by the secondary, and they got pissed because they wanted, have the main card. But I left Sears because I heard about how things they wasn't doing too good, and they wasn't, and I heard they were going to get shut down, so I jumped ship. I told them, I went up to my manager one day and I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about leaving." And she said, "Screw you, you're a good cashier. Why are you doing this?" And I said, "Well, I might be a good cashier, but I'm going to jump ship before this ship sinks. Before it's like the Titanic hitting the iceberg." And they went out of business I think a couple of years later. They admitted, hey, a couple of years later, we're not doing all that great, and they closed down Sears, Kmart's. They closed down all those stores, and I was just like, glad I got out of that ship. I was sleeping in the lifeboat pretty much, just waiting for that ship to go down. The minute it did, I just started paddling off. And other people wasn't as fortunate. But yeah, that's my TV in the background. But yeah, everybody, we're just sitting here relaxing because at 9 o'clock we gotta go back to work. We gotta we had to go and buy some more copper tone socks because these have got a hole in them. I'm wearing some shorts. But yeah, it got pretty hot today, and they said we got some bad weather coming tomorrow, so we'll have to see what that do. But yeah, y'all, pretty much nothing has been broke. I could go into work later on, and something could be, I don't know. Um, but yeah, everybody, that's pretty much what's been going on with us, and I'm gonna sit here, watch some more TV. Monday, I gotta go and do my taxes because I gotta go Monday. I think I don't know when the deadline for East the Easter is Sunday, and then Monday is tax day. So Monday I gotta go. Hold on, I got a comment, y'all. This is from Something Dark Side. To this day, it still makes me sad your son Jacob never fully joined your wrestling fun because of his grandmother. If he moved into your house, you could have pulled off an amazing show. Still hoping once he becomes a man, he comes back and visit, and you two pull off a show. And that was from Dark Side. Dark Side, yeah, Jacob, he is a teenager. He is working now. I work 7 days a week. He goes to school, and he's in school. His grandmother is a horse's ass, needless to say, and I still don't talk to her at all. And you're probably thinking, Scooter, what happened with all that? Well, a lot of you probably don't know about this. Darkside, I can't believe he still remembers it. Me and my mom got into a big, huge argument, and then I went home and I uploaded it on YouTube, and everybody said, "Oh, Scooter, that was great. That was rehearsed." I said, y'all, that was not rehearsed at all, and till the day we still don't talk, and me and Jacob, we had fun wrestling out in the ring. Like I said, we would go out there and anything would happen, and we didn't rehearse it like WWE does and all these AEW. We would go out in the ring, we would wrestle, and that's how wrestling should be, unrehearsed, and that's what we did, and that's the reason why we have to use stuffed animals, is because we can't find people to do it, and that's the honest to God truth. Me and Jacob, we did some good wrestling, I mean, when we wrestled in the ring, we got a lot of reviews. It's no secret. We're not getting reviews with us using stuffed animals, but the stuff that I do to the stuffed animals, I could never do to him. And people like seeing what I do to the stuffed animals. But like I said, me and the stuffed animals, we don't rehearse this stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get out there to the stuffed animals. It's, it is what it is when we get out there. Sometimes I do get hurt doing these moves. The Heartbreak Hotel, y'all remember, I got hurt, and I kept going on. I fractured a bone in my foot, and the show kept going on. I didn't quit, and I've hurt myself many times in the middle of matches, and I kept going on to the end, and maybe Jacob will. I don't know if Jacob can do it or not. I told him, Jacob, if you want to join school wrestling, you can. There's a lot of wrestlers that went to school, then went to college, still went pro, and I told him he needs to quit listening to her and do what makes him happy, because you can only live once. Don't let people tell you what you can and can't do. Tell them to go fuck themselves if they don't like it, and you do what makes you happy, because that's what I do. I know y'all want to see real people in the ring, okay, y'all, but things are just, it's too crazy. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that y'all don't know, like insurance and liability waivers, and I have people I have to answer to, like the State Farm insurance guy. That's who my dad's insurance is with, and I know you got liability waivers, and let me tell y'all something. If you sign a liability waiver, anything, if you get hurt, you can't hold the people that did the show liable. So, or the person that did it to you liable, because you pretty much, when you sign a liability waiver, you're saying, okay, I know this is stupid and retarded, and I'm agreeing that I won't hold the people responsible if I get hurt for being this retarded. And like Graham. Like, have you ever watched Graham's wrestling shows? You notice that every character that he has was a format for the WWE. Like I watched one of his wrestling shows, and he had some guy wearing tidy whities, acting like he was Brock Lesnar or something. He rips off most of his wrestlers' characters from the WWE. We don't do that. You might see us see some moves that they use, but that's all the wrestling moves that most wrestlers use. My favorite move is the diamond cutter. But yeah, y'all, I wish Jacob would come back, but Jacob is getting older. He's got a car, and he goes to school. He's got a vehicle, and he goes to school. Well, he's going to have to get a job pretty soon to pay for the insurance, gas, changing oil, doing all that stuff. And myself, I work 7 days a week, y'all. Sometimes 6, sometimes 7, sometimes doubles. Sometimes I'm lucky enough and I get off at 8. And then when I'm not worried about that, I got to worry about this weather. Is it going to rain? Is it going to storm? What's it going to do? That's the biggest reason why it's so hard for us. Like, we've been wanting to do that Alabama backyard wrestling title shot thing, and we haven't been able to because we have to give that ground time to dry out, because our hill in our yard, it goes like this. And when it rains, all the water goes down and it sits there. So we have to give it a couple of days after it rains to dry up, because it gets really muddy and slushy down there. Could you imagine? And I do not want to get mud all over my blue tarp, because then I would have to go down there with a towel, if I get an old towel from work, and wipe all that crap off. We've done matches where it's been rainy and cold. It was just absolutely horrible. But I think the greatest match I ever had was that Last Man Standing Inferno match. Yes, I know Jesus got burnt, but we all I got burnt a little bit, but I never did catch on fire. And we will be having another one. I just don't know when. And we're thinking about making it bigger, like putting bars completely around the ring. We're probably going to end up doing that. But everybody, we just wanted to give you an update on many different subjects. And I'm glad I answered that comment over that I got. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with Jacob. I haven't heard from him in a while. I do occasionally see him, but yeah. But everybody, on that bombshell, we're gonna go down here. We're gonna watch more TV, and we're gonna go and we're gonna watch some more TV because here in about another hour, I'm gonna have to get ready to go to work. We're gonna ride my scooter up there. We're gonna jump on the golf cart. We're gonna do the trash around the plaza. We're gonna do diesel trash, and I'm supposed to show that young man how to do the diesel trash. But if he's really busy, I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna do it myself and get home because we have to be back at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. But everybody, on that bombshell, I'm gonna say good night. We hope you find this video very educational. And until our next video, good night.